Jerry Segal has had an impact on me and on Magee like no one else. Jerry and Carolyn Segal have rewritten the ideas, have raised the ceilings, and have moved people. June 28th was a very sad day as Jerry passed away and we said goodbye. From my standpoint, I see Jerry in this building every day. Everything I see, every patient that is trying to push themselves a little further, someone trying to wield their wheelchair, or someone trying to transfer, someone trying to walk. I see Jerry here, and to me, he lives forever.
Our history with Magee goes back so far that I'm sitting on the 5th floor right now in a room about 200 yards from the room that my husband, Steve, asked my dad for my hand in marriage in.
I was going to walk her down that aisle, and I wasn't going to use the cane. And they started playing Here Comes the Bride, and I said, let's go.
So our lives as a family began here at Magee, because we grew up and our family grew up here at Magee, because we were always here, because he always wanted to keep giving back.
He didn't think it was just about him. He always thought that it was about everybody else that was in similar circumstances to himself. And so that family support and that family unity, Magee was lucky that it transposed into the Friends of Jerry Segal and the Classic, and again, everything that, you know, has benefited the services that Magee's able to provide for people. It's not about Magee, it's really about the people that Magee serves.
Watching him at Magee and seeing how much fight that he put into this every day, and knowing that he was never giving up because he wanted to come out and be able to play soccer with Jake. He would always hit the ball with his tap-taps, as we called them, his crutches. He wanted to be able to come to my softball games and sit there and clap and cheer me on. He wanted to teach Lily all the things that he got to teach Zach growing up when he didn't have his crutches and wasn't in his scooter. He worked so hard to be there for us every day. And so coming to Magee and getting to experience that firsthand and watch him in therapy with Alex was a life-changing experience for me, because I always knew that he was special and that he loved us and that he would have done anything for us. But actually seeing him put the time and the effort and the heart in that he did, not just for us at Magee, for everyone here, he knew that it was important to everyone to watch him succeed and watch him try his hardest, because that's what he was all about.
I used to work with Jerry on a regular basis, year in, year out. Probably about 6 months out of the year, because basically for him, I don't think the therapy ever stopped. He always had goals, he always pushed himself. He'd come 3 days a week, he'd come 5 days a week if I let him make the time. Seeing how hard he worked, and always making the time, even within our session, to talk to other patients that needed encouragement or needed inspiration. And they could see too that he didn't just talk it, he lived it. You know.
Like I say, you're a good inspiration to us, to see someone with the same level injury and you're up doing so good.
The help of Jerry Segal for what he does for the hospital is truly a blessing. Jerry's been motivational to not only myself, but probably thousands of people.
Jerry's a big teddy bear. He's always been very supportive. He's always been very motivating. He comes in and talks to the patients, and he gives them hope.
Every single thing that I do every day has Jerry's mark on it. He was such a celebrity here, and not because he had some miracle and that he was magically able to live without a disability, but he lived with such grace and kindness, and he showed all the patients and family members that you can have a beautiful life and do wonderful things and have a loving family and a beautiful wife. And I think that's why he was such a hero here.
I've always lived on the philosophy that when they throw lemons, you make lemonade. And Carolyn's heard me say this many times. And it may be trite, but it's very true.
Thanks to Magee Hospital and the Jerry Segal outing and all the contributions that are made towards Magee, our dreams were able to come true. We were able to make a family and live an independent lifestyle. If it wasn't for Magee, I don't know that we would have been able to do that.
All these little things that make the patient stay so much easier and so much better, and they were all inspired by Jerry and all the work that the foundation does. And I can't be in this hospital without feeling his spirit in every single corner of the hospital. It's what it is today because of Jerry and his generosity and his love. My motto is, what would Jerry do? I have it written around my office, and just so happy that I had a chance to watch Magee flourish and bloom with Jerry and Carolyn wandering the hallways. The place was always a more happy place. And I thank all of you for continuing with his legacy for our patients and family members.
One person can have a ripple effect, and through my dad, our family, and the friends of the Classic, we've been able to change the lives of patients at Magee, and that's going to keep going because he had a great group of friends that supported him and will continue to support Magee.
And this place meant so much to him, and doing the Classic meant the world to him because it meant that he was able to give back to this second home and this second family. So the fact that we now get to continue his legacy and are working every day to better the lives of the patients at Magee.
My dad is no longer here to get up and ask you to help Magee. So I'm going to ask you, please, keep helping Magee, keep helping the patients. Let us continue to grow the Magee family so that we can fulfill his goals and let his legacy continue. Because Magee would not be the place it is, and my dad would not be the man he was if it weren't for 1513 Race Street. You always need a friend in life, and you could always find a friend in Jerry.